All right, hello everyone. So today is Thursday, the 9th of November. So this is gold, right? So I put the Astro hours in the members area already. This is gold. The daily pivot is down here, as you can see. Now, yesterday, I'm just going to refresh that, but yesterday you can see the Astro hours here. The market just crashed down, as you can see. And then retracement up here, we were about, about half an hour off here, all right? So if it was this was the Astro hour, but as you can see, the market did that impulse wave. It broke below there, and then ABC up, and then the next impulse wave came, and then it went all the way down into the Astro hours, and it also made the target. Yesterday, I said we've got 1951 as a target. It also did that at the Astro hour, and it kind of pretty much closed around that target there. So what do we have today? So let's take a look at the daily. Now, once we get to targets, we've got to be wary, okay? This still has a bit of room to come because there's, as you can see, a gap here. On the weekly, if we take a look at it, remember on the weekly, I've been saying, well, this is like a resistance right up here, so selling is okay with the option. In fact, we should be selling, but cautiously because, you know, this is a good impulse wave where the whole thing just broke through. So what we've got here is 1997. So if I come there, 90, no, wait a second. There, 1932. 1932, so we should still put that on the cards there, okay, which is there. So that's not a bad target there. All right, 1932. Because on the weekly, as you can see here, the target is really down. On the daily, we've pretty much done the stuff here, okay? And the lowest I've got here is 1938. So 1945, 42, 38, you need to keep an eye out for, but it should come lower into that 32. So if we go up into an Astro hour, selling again is not a bad option to push down. As you can see, we've closed below 1950 yesterday. So if we go back up again into an Astro hour, I think selling is okay. You could do that on the daily pivot here if it does that. Okay. And that's that. Now I'm going to get rid of that and get rid of that as well. SP 500, let's take a look. Now with the SP 500, I said from the highs, you could sell. Okay. So if at the Astros, yesterday it was a bit in the middle of nowhere. Now you could have sold off here, but this was not an Astro hour. Okay, so as you can see, the price was like pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Yesterday I said it's okay to buy if we come down first in order to go up, but it went up first, then sold, and then it went below that level. So this is a bit of an indecision situation here, as you can also see on the daily. So when there's an indecision situation here and the market is indecisive, what I like to do is be mindful because that's potentially as you know, potentially could go both ways. Okay, so we want to be a bit mindful here. Normally when it's indecisive, we think about a reversal, okay, because it's indecisive, so it probably wants to go down and retrace. But you know, but we still have to be careful. Now, remember, I drew this dotted line yesterday. We're still in that zone, okay? So the market still has potential to sell from here, but there is a gap there, which I marked in yesterday. So 4403, 4417 there. All right, they're still up there. And if it does go up there, you're welcome to sell, okay? Because it's going to close the gap. So this is a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, basically. What we might want to do with the SP 500 is wait and see. Okay, just do a wait and see policy because Monday and Tuesday, Tuesday was a swing day for all of them. But as you can see, that's Tuesday there, and Wednesday it made a little higher. So maybe wait and see what will happen here. Okay, no need to rush it in. Euro dollar daily. Now on this one, the market picked up a little bit from here. Now if I go to the 15-minute chart, as you can see, let me just get rid of that. As you can see, this was the Astro hour yesterday, right on the weekly pivot again. Okay, so, and I did say you could go up from here if it comes down into an Astro hour here. If you did that, you should have been okay. And then the market went up nicely right into the Astro hours here, as you can see. Okay, now let's take a look on the daily. Now on the daily, if we keep wanting to go up, we've got this level here, right? We've got 1.0750, 1.0764, 0750, and 64, right? So we've got a bit of room to go up. If it does come up, this is a good zone to sell. On the weekly, yeah, that's a good level to sell. Okay, that looks like okay. If you want to go up there again, if it retraces down, you can go with your Astro hours. Okay, so just mark your Astro hours into their location. This is the first spot there. Okay, and all you got to do is just work in that. If you're in the middle of nowhere, because sometimes the market is in the middle of nowhere, like the SP 500, then don't muck around with it. Okay, don't muck around. What I always say, sell at the highs. So what you can do is you can sell at high levels, like up here, right? This is where the market's going sideways. These are even highs. So if the market sweeps the stops in the Astro hour, then you can like kind of sell it off. Okay. And if you want to pull back in order to go long, then what you can do is you can wait for the market to come back into a daily pivot and then push up, since you've got even lows here as well. So the market coming lower a little bit. That's the impulse bar where it pushed off. There's a bit of a gap here. So if it comes down there, comes into this zone here, or back in there, you're okay to go up again. Okay? And that should take you into that blue zone. And then from here, you want to be selling off again, which is going to be that 68 zone there, okay, 1.075064 zone there. So let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. All right, so this is Dow Jones. Okay, this is Dow Jones yesterday. As you can see, the low here was where the market took off. We had targets up there. I said this zone is a sell zone. Even highs, taking out the stops, pushing down is an impulse wave, as you can see. Now here I said we need to be careful with all the indices because we've got breakouts on the PST. So when there's a breakout on the PST, it's tricky business. And I always say I don't like to stand in front of it. If it comes back down, that's 46, 33, 466 is a place where you can buy. But that is just down there, all right, which is like 33,466, as you can see, like I've marked in there. So if it keeps going down, it should go there, but it hasn't done that at the moment. But we're at the tops here, and what the tops can be is a place of distribution. All right, so we could, the market's going like sideways, sideways, sideways here, and at one point, we're going to touch something and kind of like go sour. So that level might be today, this LCL1, which is 34,272. So just like yesterday we had that level, today we've got 34,272, okay, which is here. All right, 272. So again, if it comes up here, we could sell off again. All right. Like I said, yesterday we had that level, okay, where the market sold off, but we're a bit off with the hour because I didn't have anything at that hour. But the market did finish to move here at 9 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock on the platform because there's a 1 hour difference. Okay. And then from here, it went up into the closing. So if we go back up again, okay, this is going to be a sell zone at an Astro hour. Okay. If you want to buy, then at the Astro hours, you can. In fact, an Astro hour was just there. Okay. 7:20, I think it was. So it would have been this one here, this hour there. All right. So if that mark, if that keeps going up, we should go above that. then probably into this zone here, okay, which is 34,171. Okay, we should get like into that zone. If it keeps going up and gets up into here, this will be a sell opportunity. And other than that, I don't know. Okay, but we've got to be careful with the indices, with the tops. We're a bit choppy, and the market can still come up to that good buy kiss and then sell off. So be mindful. If you can, what you might want to do, on Monday we've got new moon happening and new astrological phenomena coming into play. So what you might want to do is just let go and don't muck around with the indices, and just let it go and see what happens. And then on Monday we'll take a new stance actually. This is NASDAQ. With the NASDAQ, I said we've got still a bit of room up here. The market could still bounce up a little bit, and that's fine. Once again, like I said, we've got a breakout, so standing in front of it may not be the best idea ever. So on this as well, I think just laying low and seeing how things pan out may be the better option. All right, that's my opinion anyway. If you really, really want to trade and do something with it, I would suggest you buy the lows here, or sell the highs, which is going to be here or slightly higher there. With Bitcoin, let's take a look. With Bitcoin, as you can see today is another push up right on the swing day. You see how these big moves are happening on these days? Like, so what to do? Well, that's a good push up into that direction. Yesterday, that was a target. If you sold around here, it didn't make a really big move, but still a bit of a sell reaction in that zone there. And then that target I talked about before, that 36,961. Why? Because of the weekly there, okay? 37,250 also. All right, so that zone is still doable. It could still come up a little bit more, and that's it basically. You can still follow that through. Okay, so this is going to be plus the 37,250, I think I did say, is that zone there. Slightly higher. Let's take a look. $250 is around there. Okay, so but this zone, like I said before, the market's got potential to push up a little bit. On the daily, you got this. This will be a sell level as well. LCL1. Where's my LCL1? It's a bit too far out. Okay, that's why. You can keep, if you're using ATM, keep an eye on this. If it touches that blue line there and it matches your Astro hour, when it does that, that'll be a sell as well. Okay, because we want to like close the gaps here. This is why I drew this yesterday. This zone is still pushable because of the gap here. You might also want to just wait, sit and wait with this one for a good reaction, so we can on the reaction wait for the pullback to sell off. If you want to buy, then you're going to still have to wait for a retracement down in order to buy. I don't trade crypto on a day-to-day basis. The only thing I will do though is buy Bitcoin next year when we have the astrological alignment that I was talking about before. Okay. In the interim though, like I said, from the channel tops, this zone here is sellable.